Okay, so here we have our uniform color. Let's take a look at hooking up basic uh, input. So you can see from here to here, when we went to hook that up, it automatically updated our 3D viewport. Make any changes, you can see we get real-time updates in both our 2D viewer and our 3D viewer. Another way that we can grab our sort of our different options is over here on the side. You can see that we have our different parameters. So if I go in here and I type in uniform, you can see there's another uniform color here, and I can just drop that in. Alright, so let's examine, we're going to go ahead and do grayscale here. And let's examine our first parameter, which is roughness. So if we go up here to roughness, let's take a look at the way this affects it. So I'm going to connect it here. Notice right off the bat we get no change because it's what roughness is when the color is black. Let's make sure we're on grayscale. It is completely reflective, but if we move it to all the way to white, it gives us more of a matted look. So another thing we can do is hit Control C and Control V to duplicate, and then we can connect this here to metallic. If we take that all the way to black, you can see it makes it less shiny. Alright, let's take a look at creating our bricks. So I'm going to hit spacebar and just type in shape. Here's our shape node, and what's really interesting is you can see that it has all these different patterns. You can adjust the scale. It'll make better sense once we hook this up. Alright, so lucky for us, we're making a brick, and there's a brick here. You can see we have other options down below. Up here we have other base parameters. Sliding the scale will uniformly scale down the shape. If we drag our pattern specific, you'll notice it adds a nice bevel, a nice softness to the edge. You can also fine tune your size by adjusting the width and the height. Let's make a very generic sort of brick shape like this. Now we have this really useful gizmo here for adjusting the angle. You can also double click and type in a number. So if we take our tiling up, you can see if we go to 3, you can see we have this. If you go into the 2D preview and you hit space, you can see how it tiles all the way around. Space again to get rid of that. Now there's one problem here. If we look at this, you can see that our pattern specific here is a little bit more, the bevel's blurred more here than on the top. We can fix this by just switching it from square back to brick, and then you can adjust the pattern specific, and it'll give you a little bit more. It'll give you a little evener, a little bit more even out area. A better way of doing this is let's take this all the way down and then hit space on your graph and type in bevel. You can see right off the bat we get an pretty even bevel. To fix this, you just take distance down. You can see as we bring it down, it does it uniformly, and we get a nice little bevel on that edge. Adjusting smoothing on the edges will adjust the sharpness, so you can see. Bring that down. We're looking at the smoothness of the transition on those edges.